Ladies and gentlemen, it is my extreme honor to introduce today's speaker. As a former spy and mercenary assassin, Boris Dmitry Killamov was known internationally as a cold-blooded killer. But recent economic realities forced Boris into more mainstream work as a consultant to organizations worldwide that needed the cold-blooded instincts of a killer, the business acumen of a mercenary, and the management skills that turned foreign agents for years. Your organization needs these attributes, and Boris is just a man for the job. Ladies and gentlemen, the assassin for whom Red October was more than just a color in the month, I give you Boris Dmitry Killamov.
I want to tell you about famous revolution in Russia. Most of you have heard of the Bolshevik Revolution. Have you heard of the Bolshevik Revolution? Quite often today I'm going to make statements, and I would like you to answer what's the name of the revolution. So let's all practice once. Bolshevik! Bolshevik! Wasn't that fun? Where do our brains go when kids get in the Little League? I was at a Little League game a couple years ago, and this young child, in this league they mixed everywhere from like 12 to 14 and a half. There is a huge growth pattern going on there. This one young boy, 10 years old, looked like he was 6, was facing this one 14-year-old kid pitching, looked like he was 18. There was no contest. The 14-year-old had probably thrown 60, 65 miles an hour. Needless to say, the 10-year-old whiffed. You know what his dad said? "You stupid kid, you'll never amount to anything. What is wrong with you? How could you strike out and embarrass me like this?" It's a good thing that laws are made about Boris killing people now. Because in a former life, he wouldn't be around right now. But how often do we do that with new employees in our organizations? I didn't teach you how to do that. What are you doing that for? You're embarrassing me. Why do we do that? We haven't trained them, we haven't given them the right tools, and yet we send them out there totally unprepared, overmatched to do their job, in a world where they cannot succeed. And then we are surprised. You know what that is? One more time. There is the oops method. Now the oops method means overlooked planning produces stupidity. How many of your organizations uses the oops method? And you're brave enough to raise your hand. Means your boss is not here today. This is used by many organizations. However, I found another way. This one is just slightly different. The acronym goes like this: for organizational operations produce slop. This is also known as the poops method. How many of your organizations use this one? Yes, a couple more hands went up on that one. Okay? There is danger here. It requires no input. Neither one of these ways of producing values in an organization requires any input whatsoever. It just happens. What is danger of just letting things happen? You have no control over outcome. In Boris's world, you want to control the outcome so you know how to plan. You can't let things just happen. So, you must do what? You must have a purposeful creation of values. Does that make sense? Yes. Absolutely. If you sit down and write down the values of what you want to accomplish, is it not easier for people to understand who you are and where you're going? We started softly today with I am a secretary at a certain organization and got down to the point of I am a loving mother of 3. whatever we were. We understood the values a little bit better than all of a sudden, didn't we? Okay? And that's extremely important. There's something that happens also called mission drift. You've also been in boat. You've all been in plane. If you just let it go, it follows the current. It follows the air current, the wind current, the water current. I don't care if I'm headed for backup room, it's going to push me off course. Why? Because I wasn't paying attention. Okay? You must define the mission and then avoid mission drift. Why? How? By constant attention to what you said you were going to do and what you said you were going to be. Simple concepts, we forget them.
I feel now I have permission to dream my dreams.
Good. Yeah, clap, that's it. Too often we do not speak to each other like this. Why? Well, it's not a sad thing. It's not part of the value system in most corporations. But what would our world be like if just every once in a while, besides maybe our immediate spouse or someone like that, we actually spoke to someone like that? What would it do for people that work under you if you actually went up to them and seriously said, you have worth and value to me. The world needs your gifts. And I'm not necessarily talking about the gifts you use where you work. The world needs the fact that you are a good parent, the fact that you are a loving mother, the fact that you are a father and staying with your family and in your profession at the same time. Tell them the organization needs your gifts. Oh, but then they'll want a bigger raise. Maybe they deserve one. Those statements will do more for you and your organization than money will ever accomplish. Any Bolshevik there? Absolutely not.